Meow, 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 meow. Bon, allons s'asseoir devant le travail. The table of the work. Hello, kitty cats. Encore fait tomber quelque chose. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Hello, hello, everybody. Yes, there's a cat in the front of the camera. And I have something.
The professors that I had met at
What's going on here?
many of them are extremely well educated, but more than the education
Chanel.
was the level of experience. They weren't first-time teachers in the class. Are extremely well educated.
Bon, audio, comment je fais pour baisser le son là-dessus? Audio, boop. Alrighty then. Bon, c'est gelé cette affaire-là? Non, c'est beau. OK, tilt-up de caméra. Non. Bon, t'as besoin de ton aide, Marie.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
La petite caméra.
Celle-là?
Ouais.
Tu veux que je fasse quoi?
Toi, c'est d'en bas. En bas, en bas.
Je la baisse?
Non, non, non. Tu la montes. Pas vers là, par là. Ouais. Poup. Non, contraire. Hop, hop, hop. Little bit. OK, I got space. La 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 la. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Okay, I'm pretty good position to work on this. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm working on Magic RayEarth Swords, which there are 3 for the main characters. There's the 7-foot high sword, which is right in back of me right over here. That's 2/3 done. There is the dragon sword, which I love doing, which is right over here. Wings are done. Blade is done. The dragon head is Marie. J'ai besoin de toi encore une fois. By the way, this will be bilingual, or franglais as we say. Dans le premier tiroir en haut, il y a un petit sac de papier à gauche avec les billes. Non, l'autre en haut. L'autre en haut. À l'intérieur, il y a un petit ziploc, juste le petit ziploc. Avec la tête de dragon. Oui. Merci, thank you. We have the dragon head that goes onto this sword, which is not finished. I'm priming, and it sticks onto this. And if we look at the image compared, it's not that bad. Whoops, my wings are backwards. Dope! And what is fun about these is everything can be taken apart. Squeak, 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 squeak. Coucou cher, hein? C'est Crazy Kitty qui me dit bonjour. C'est qui ça, Crazy Kitty? Bonjour Crazy Kitty, merci. Welcome to the room. There we go. Flip this. Screw it back in. I like to make my things modular. So let's take the screw out again. Handle comes off. The piece comes off, and you have the blade. So if one piece breaks, you can make a new one or fix it up. So wings up front. Right up front. The screw, which I had a couple of seconds ago. Here it is. And this will be the dragon sword. Still have to make a piece to fill up in between here to make it nice and solid. And it will look lumping like this. I like it. It's nice. Back Excalibur. Oh, and on the dragon head, there's another little crystal piece that goes on the forehead, which is in the bag, which is not glued on yet, because once I have everything sanded down, painted, then I start gluing the crystals. And there's the 7-foot sword there. That separates also, because no way a 7-foot sword fits in a suitcase to go to a cosplay con. Again, this one unscrews. Long time to unscrew. Squeegee, squeegee, squeegee. Hey, kitty cat. If you don't know, there is a Luna. Nom, 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 nom. She's just sitting on top of my plants, taking care so they don't fly away. There's no wind. La, 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 la. Flip the arm, getting tired. Almost there. I might cut the thread another 1 inch because it's too long. Again, three parts. And on the top of the handle, there also goes a nice crystal ball. This is what we're working on, trying to get. Ikaru. This one's red and gold. Gorgeous paint job to do. So, the blade. A little bit of putty work. This is like my 3rd coat of primer, sanding, primer, sanding, primer. Still got a few more coats to do. Want to get it perfect because this is going to be full metallic look-alike. So it's actually going to look, until you actually touch it, you will not know it is not steel or iron or adamantium or whatever else metals these magical swords are made of. Okay, so this is what we're working on today. Trying to get the rough down to this. A lot of sculpting to do on these everywhere. Okie dokie. And by the way, the sword's name, or the sword is actually a character, or a demon, or the spirit, is Hikaru in the anime. La 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 la. Bon, okay. Luna, shoot. Hey. Cats are actually so much used to the noise that they don't care. And she's purring. Yay, okay. Bon, reference picture number 1. Reference picture number 2. Oh, very important thing. Marie, un élastique à cheveux, s'il te plaît. Il y a devrait en avoir sur la table. When you're working with rotary tools, Christmas.
Hey, that's my pony. The
Cat song.
cat wants to hit my pony.
Oh.
Bad kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Bad kitty.
Bouteille push.
Come here. Come here, baby. Miaou. Dis miaou à tout le monde. Miaou. Oh, putain.
Bah, 1, 2, and 3. Nothing loose except the beard. You do not want to get your hair into this thing and it pulls out, and it actually does rip your hair off. And it does hurt. I've had worse. Yeah, okay. Bon, y a-t-il un crayon pas loin? We have a pencil, no. Okay, I actually forgot my pencil. J'ai besoin de crayon.
Un crayon.
Un crayon. Crayon mine. Ou un Sharpie. And also, sanding drums. When you're buying them in stores and hardware stores, they sell like 6 to 10 for like $5, $10, $15. Go straight to the source. Made in China. A bag of 100 is like $2, $3 shipped. So I've got very rough grit, very soft grit, and medium grit. So like this whole bucket is like $5, and I'm good for like 2 or 3 years. Spare already out. This one's garbage. La 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 la. But okay, what are we gonna start off first? Scoop blade first. Okay, this one has a lot. Okay. Even my two references pictures are slightly different. Merci, thank you. Boop. Let's see where I am. Full scale plans. Very useful. The only one I didn't do full scale plans was the 7-foot sword, because that one was slightly easier to do. I made just a couple of references, and the most important part was the hub, the center part, which is actually a design of a phoenix with crystals and stuff. The main part is done. All I have to do is the secondary sculpture on that, which is going to be thermoformed PVC, melted or like just heated up on top, and then just dremeled in the details. Okay, boo-doo-boo-boo, where am I? Let's compare the pictures. Where am I going? This is like this. This is like this. Let's bend this backwards. Pencil. Okay, so I have my basic shape here. There's a bump here, which on these pictures is a crystal. This one just goes down nice and smooth. So these two I have to dremel down, thin out a lot, almost half the size, maybe even more. Well, let's make some noise and dust. And what's a little trick, rotary tool turns, if you're looking at it, turns counterclockwise. So if you're using it, most people are right-handed. And what happens, it turns like this and it throws the dust right into your face. No, left-handed, the lucky people. if you notice, I'm using plywood, birch plywood. And when I sand, every time I go down, this one's like 1.5 millimeters, there's a line. So I can actually see my shape visually. And don't press too hard on the Dremel. If you do, it actually burns the wood or whatever product you're using. It makes your motor work harder, and actually your Dremel, your drums, or whatever tool will heat up and burn out and get used up a lot faster. So let the sandpaper, let the tool, let the blade work for you. So I'm already down about 4 or 5 millimeters. I'm halfway down on one side to what I want it to be. I can speed it up just a little bit more. Okay. C'est juste sur le bord du jaune, c'est correct. Ben, dans le jaune, c'est correct. Talking to my girlfriend, she's operating the flicker, but only got two shots. Sorry about this camera, it's low res, waiting to get a new budget for a new one. Full HD, yay! Okay, one more layer to go. Okay, got my thickness. Let's do the other side. Okay, I have to go down. If you notice, I have a black line. That is my center of the actual prop. Ooh, it's snowing. And with the plywood, I can actually count the lines for my thicknesses so I can get perfect or almost perfect symmetry. So I know right now my center is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm 1/3 down the 5th row. So I know where to go. Pen, center line, +1, +2, +4, +5. So I have to get all this to be gone, to get it down. Oops, wrong one. It's this one over here. Okay, center line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one. So I have these much, about 5 millimeters, a little bit more than that, about 7 millimeters to take off. And Kitty Cat is back. Two more levels to go. Okie-dokie. Flipping the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. This one, and on this side, also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 de mayo, line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unos, dos, tres, 4, 5. And this one also. Si tu veux t'amuser, Marie, à prendre mon channel Twitch puis le partager sur Montréal Cosplayers, Cosplay Fiesta, et etc. Là.
Okay.
Well, let's continue. If you noticed, little dust on my side and a lot of dust on that side. Left-handed. Okay, where was I? On this side. Might need to tighten up a little bit. Is my little screwdriver. Should be in here somewhere. Should be in here somewhere. Where? A little bit of dust. I might see better. I am looking for my little clamp so I can. Here it is. Screw my Dremel slightly tighter. Two more levels to go. My drum just jumped off. Also, same thing, the tools for your drums, different sizes. On AliExpress or Amazon and stuff like that, you can buy like 10, 15, 20 of these for like a couple of dollars instead of buying the price they sell at the Canadian Tire and other stores. I know it's not buying local, but profit margins are ridiculous, and when you use up about 5-10 a year at the price they sell them, they get expensive. Boo-doo-boo-boo. One more level to go. Sorry. So if you see, we went from this thickness, which was my rough cut with the bandsaw, down to this, and down to this. So I got this one to do, this one, and this one. And my drum is sliding off, so let's change it to another drum. Where is my other drum? I have 3 or 4 of these. Here it is, and it's the same grit, so I'm okay. A little bit tighter. Oop. Lots of dust. And, well, wood dust or your foam dust, if you're using EVA foam, pick it up, put it in a little Ziploc bag, because if you mix it up with glue, rubber cement or wood glue or white glue, it becomes an excellent little filler for your projects. If you got a hole, you go too deep, or a joint, so you can use this as filler material. Ooh, I forgot to install my fan. Small trick, I'll show you right now. Very, very nice. Very good for your health, which I'm not doing right now. I'll be right back. Do, 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 do. Et mon Dieu, qui est sale. Okay, okay. And there we go. Peux-tu me changer de caméra, Marie? Full size. Merci. Okay. Little trick when working with rotary tools or sanding. A fan, a stool right beside, sorry, I'm burping, right beside you, over your shoulder, and plug it in, plug it in. Whoops, low power, all my papers are flying away. And no motion. And back to where I was in position. Just low power over my shoulder will help get the dust out of my way so I can breathe properly and I won't block my nose up with snot and wood. Kleenex, s'il vous plaît, Marie. Thank you. I got to blow my nose. La 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 la. Trumpet solo. Off camera. But with sound. So, sorry. Ooey gooey goodness. Good enough. Okay, the continuation. Where was I? I was on this side. I still got 2.5 layers to go. No, good going. I don't know if any of you watched, but the new reboot of Lost in Space, it's good. Very good. Flip. Do 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 do. Tu peux do, mademoiselle? Thank you. Water. Glue glue. Pinjama ito. Bah. La 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 la. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 8 sides done. Still got the backs to thin out. Still got these, which are a lot thinner and more sculpted, but I'm doing these last, so if I happen to drop it or something, they won't be thin enough so they'll break. Okay, let us continue. Okay, my arm is actually getting tired, so I'm gonna stop dremeling for a little bit. And take a small break with the fan off. To explain how this thing was built, it is not made out of one piece. It's all layers glued together. You actually glued lines. There's our like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 thicknesses of 1/4 inch plywood, 60mm plywood, Russian plywood or birch plywood, which is denser but actually stronger. It's strong, it's nice, it's easy to work with, and it's not that expensive. You can get like a 5 foot by 3 foot sheet, a 30 by 60 inch sheet for like $7. So all 3 swords I made were made out of 3 sheets, so having $21 of actual material, but hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of work. Just in cutting this off in the bandsaw, what I did, like my first 3 center layers were like traced off my plans. I glued the plan onto the first layer, glued them together, the first 3 layers by center core, cut it out of the bandsaw. Had my rough shapes, sanded off the basic shape, leaving a few millimeters just to work. After that, I printed in a couple more sheets, did the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th layer out of plywood, but I did not glue those yet together. I drilled holes a couple of places. There's one you can slightly see here and here, and I drilled a hole and put a dowel so I can put them assembled together to get a shape, take them apart, work on the shape, put them together, cut out the parts, whatever I needed, all the way like to the top layer, except for this. This was the last piece I made, and this one was glued on. So until about a couple of weeks ago, this whole thing could be taken apart, put back together, taken apart, put back together, to get my basic shape that I wanted. Once my basic shape is wanted, I had to drill my channel for the actual sword itself, and all my measurements and my width here for the handle. It's like I got 1/2 millimeter in there, which is going to be the amount of space used by the paint. Even this is the same plywood, just glued together to make a block. And this I turned on the wood lathe and sanded nice and smooth. Same thing with the blade. This blade is 1, 2, 3 layers again together, then belt sanded to my shape. All this was on the belt sander to shape, basically just rubbing it out, watching where my layer lines are, so they were actually symmetrical, which you see clearly. That's what's fun with plywood. All the layer lines, you can actually work with them like layer per layer to get your symmetry perfect. By the way, if you want to see something very interesting, Nami Swan, which is a cosplayer, I don't know if she's Filipino, I think she's Filipino in origin or whatever, she's making the same sword but 3D printed. A lot more work in design because you have to create the model, sculpt it digitally, then print it out in parts and glue it together. I wish I had a 3D printer, but not yet. So I am working the old-fashioned way, hardwood. But it's still fun. A little dusty, but fun to work with. Because digital, you just make it, print it out, glue it, sanding, it's done, painting. But at least this, you are creating 100% every single piece with your bare hands. And every little imperfection creates authenticity, creates character. Same thing with this. It's all sculpted by hand. Little pieces, layer by layer. And what I did is be able to take it apart because the crystal has to be taken apart when I have to paint it. Little wires. Boop. So this is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 pieces of wood. The base, the little bump here. This is another one. This is another piece, all glued together. A little bit of epoxy sculpt to get the shape proper. This is also a couple of layers. Plywood dram mold worked, and a little bit of epoxy sculpt just to get the little shapes in and out. The eyes are these little dollar store crystals that I just dremeled to the shape that I needed and worked into. This was the actual shape of the eyes. So I just cut them off, sanded them out to shape, and this is the little crystal that goes in the forehead. Beautiful. It's not perfect, but in reality, nothing actually really is. Only things that are manufactured are perfectly symmetrical. Nature, creatures, nothing is perfectly symmetrical. So a little bit imperfection is okay. And once I'm done, this is going to be glued together. Right now it's being held by 2 little pins for assembly and disassembly so I can hit. And this is a little crystal. It's going to be repolished to make, it's 2 little flat crystals, 35, 40 millimeters diameter, glued together to make the little dragon. La, 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 la. Well, arm should be back operational. Come back here, you. Back to Dremel. That was my girlfriend in her pajamas. That's Qu'est-ce que tu viens chercher? Ah, tu vas continuer à faire le coiffage? Tu peux attendre puis faire un stream après encore?
Pour faire la suite?
Oui. L'installation est quasiment faite. My girlfriend also streams and she works with Monster High Dolls. And she's last night she did her first official stream, 2 hours long. She like a hair salon for dolls.
Okay.
And now she's just washed all the. Tu perds tes pantalons, toi, là.
I know.
So she'll be streaming again later tonight or this evening or whatever to continue hairstyling the dolls. If you noticed a little bit behind, well, a couple of props I hooked up, but there's some Monster High dolls. That's just one little corner. There's another 2.5 walls full of them. Yes, we collect dolls, and so do I. And toys, My Little Pony, Disney stuff, superheroes, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it's fun. We have fun. It's fun. But where was I?
Y a-t-il du monde qui te parle un peu?
Non, je suis tout seul à la date, mais je crois que ça fait rien.
Non, regarde. Ça dit que t'es deux.
We're two people. Ouais, toi puis moi.
Non. Moi, je
Anyways,
suis pas dessus.
continue. I'm not doing this for the views or whatever. It's to help share the information, the knowledge, and technique. When the sanding drum slips off of your the sanding disc or cylinder slips off from your rubber, that's because it's a little bit dirty, and it's because it's getting very soft from the heat. So take a break from dremeling, let your tool relax. It does need a break once in a while. Helps. It's already all the way tight, so get it relax. Anyways, that was almost done. I had 2 layers to go. Oh, la 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 la. Ooh, it's snowing. Oops, wrong way. Bah. Dust. Do not sniff it. Okay, let's let the tool rest a bit, cool down, and talk about props. I'm not actually a cosplayer, I'm a cos maker. I make costumes, I make props, accessories for costumes. I make sets for like theaters and cinemas and TV TV shows and stuff like that for many, many, many years. I've been doing costumes. Well, okay, cosplayer. Yeah, I made a couple of costumes for me a long, long time ago. I have plans to make costumes for myself. Many costumes, but so damn expensive. What I want to do. But I make costumes and help my girlfriend make her own costumes. Which I made an Olaf, yes, an Olaf costume, Olaf Montreal, if you Google that, or if you just Olaf cosplay, the first picture you get on Google, that's my girlfriend. Ah, tu vas le porter? La merde. Oh la la la.
My baby.
Yeah, baby.
My baby. Oh.
Tiens la lumière.
Oh. Oh. Ah oui, en même temps, Whoa. Sorry, I'm making a mess.
Girlfriend's making her lights fall. Okay.
Can you see him?
Cosplay Olaf. Cosplay Olaf. There we go. A big Olaf mascot suit. Do we see him? Do we see him? Do we see him? Yeah, there he is. Can I lower him down a bit? Je peux-tu le rabaisser? Non, il est pas mal au plus haut. Oh, there we go. Boop. Whoops, je viens de faire tomber une Monster Eye. Oh no. Who fell? Somebody fell. Cathy the Mew. Attends, on va la mettre là. There we go. Olaf. Or Aloof. All made of upholstery foam. And the buttons are actually upholstery foam covered with latex and acrylic paint mixed together. The mouth itself is a mesh, which looks black, but you can actually see through it. And the nose, again, still upholstery foam covered with latex, and it's magnetic. It has magnets inside, so when kids come up to Olaf and panic and all impressed, you just give them your nose and they just go blank and amazed and just freak out. And some kids, they just like to run around and play tag or hot potato or hot carrot with Olaf. we do like Christmas parades and events with Olaf. This Olaf right now is like 4 years old, almost 5. He's seen at least 3 or 4 parades we do every year. So my girlfriend has actually walked maybe about 30 miles in this thing, maybe more. And we are planning to redo a new version because he's starting to fall apart. Poor little guy. Ooh. La 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 la. Let's show you something else. Boy. Here's my first prototype katana I made 2 years ago. I tried buying like wooden practice katanas and modifying them, painting them, but I saw this tutorial on YouTube from Captain Pirate, and a couple of cosplay girls based their they made a little workshop for how to make katanas, and I took all these and tried to make it better, tried to find techniques to like make a kit, and basically this is what I came up with. Again, same type of plywood, you can actually see the layers, and what is fun with this is it has actual katana anatomy. The Magura pin, if I remember the name properly. The blade comes out. So everything is customizable. First blade, I slightly sanded a little bit too much, so it's a bit too flexible, very fragile. The new ones I made are slightly thicker wood. This was 6 millimeters. I used 8 or 10, just slightly sanded. It makes the sheath slightly bigger, but it so much better, so much nicer. So everything can be taken apart, put back together, each piece customized. Boop. Wrong side. Boop. Boop. And you put back the pin together, and here we go. It's all nice and solid katana. Slightly wobbly, but beautiful. I only varnished it to actually like to show how it was built. This like was maybe 15-20 hours total work to put together. But the newer ones, the new versions, they actually take me a lot less time. And I'll be trying to get maybe this summer or next autumn after Attack-a-thon, probably gonna make a katana make workshop at the wood shop that I work with, which is a tool library, which you have a wood shop. So I'll probably be making katana making workshops, which are gonna be fun. Maybe like 4 evenings at 3 or 4 hours each. So this should have cooled down a bit. It's still a bit loose, but that's the rubber being used up. Do I have? Where's it gone? Where is it gone? Here's my little set key. There it is. I have ordered another set of 10 of these little sanding drum holders, cylinder holders. They're on their way, but they're not here yet. Okay, this one is also loose. It's always better to have more than not enough. This one looks nice. Oops, yes, I tightened it up before. So when you press too much on them, they tend to go round on you. The rubber under gets used up. So take care of your tools. Oui, quoi? Ah, croûte. Oh, dominé. By the way, yes, we have cats. In plural, we have 4 cats. Our oldest cats, Monsieur Croûte, or Crouton, or is what, 6.5, maybe say almost 7 years old. Big baby, adorable. Usually he comes over and on the table and says hi, but right now it's daytime and they're sleeping. He's probably on my bed or on my pillow, taking a break. A little bit tighter. Then we have Gigi, or Angelica. We're a second older, she's like 4. Mama, female cat. Her son, Geek, or Geeko, or Geeko. And our little rescue cat, black cat, which was lying over here at the beginning of the stream, Luna. Named from Sailor Moon. Totally black, adorable little girl. Sweetheart. Purring machine. Boop, boop, boop. Okie dokie. Tool is changed. I got half a layer to take over here. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 layers on this side. And then I'll have left as these 2 in the back. I have a lot of shaping to do to get from this to nice, steep, shallow, well, steep, nice round here, here too. Got this to roundabout, a little bit here also, this also. A lot more shaping. I estimate about 20 hours of work just in this piece, maybe more. Bon, okay, let's see where we are. Front of blade. I'm missing a drawing. Marie, j'ai un papier qui est tombé en avant de moi ici. Là. J'ai besoin. My girlfriend is doing the director on the other side. She's doing the switching when I have, but I don't have often. But she's probably on Facebook having fun. Okay.
I'm talking with my friend.
Yes, we have a friend, cosplayer friend, who's coming in for a few days for a visit.
Yes.
Fun shopping, working on our cosplays. Probably going to be working on the dolls, trying to do stuff.
Yes, we are trying to do a custom Monster High furry mode.
Okay, they're doing a Monster High, a custom Monster High. Okay, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Ooh,
A little furry fox.
a
Pink
fox.
furry fox.
Well, where do I go from here? Okay. Blade reference. Okay, there's still these I have to thin out. But these are actually pretty thick compared to the other ones, from what I see in the thing. Okay, so I have to thin this out, A lot more Dremel. I wish they made slightly bigger ones for Dremels, these sanding drums. Be a lot faster. Ooh. Tools. Let's talk Dremel tools. Yes, they do make blades, actual saw blades that fit on Dremels. They come in many sizes, teeth, and they are actually sharp. And they cut through wood very easily and through fingers too. Everybody has these little cut-off discs that come with the Dremels, but they do make slightly bigger ones, which do work with wood also for like a cutting or just burning out the V-grooves and stuff like that. Sanding discs, many sizes, and other stuff that people do not know that exists for Dremels are, where are they? They're here. Miniature router bits. Yes, it's miniature router bits. If you know a bit of woodworking, a nice big router, but they do have miniature versions of these things. Slightly bezeled, half rounds, reversed half rounds, countersink flush, bezeled countersink, flush, flat, T-slot, another slightly bigger, and half round plus flush. And there is an adapter for your Dremel that is very interesting. Peux-tu m'emmener la petite affaire de Dremel qui est en avant de toi, s'il te plaît? C'est l'affaire qu'on veut donner à Mademoiselle Amy, là, puis celle qui est ouverte. Il devrait être en avant de toi. I'll be right back. Got to go pick up some... Petit morceau de plastique noir. OK. Devant plus mon côté de l'ordi, peut-être. Do. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Tu dis bien des affaires, toi, hein? Je sais pas, moi, je vois bien des affaires en plastique, mais c'est pas ça. Hein? Ça? Non.
No. La 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 la. Do. Oh. Okay, well, next stream I'll show you what are the tools. I'm coming back. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Okay. A fun little thing that's about $15-20. Ah, non, c'est pas ça. Ça, c'est la raquette pour le trépied a break. Yeah, and it doesn't matter. This is a miniature router adapter that fits almost all Dremels. Mine's a Ryobi. So you unscrew it, fit down. Oops, okay. Boop, boop. Anyways, you put the Dremel like this. You can adjust the height. And with the little router bits, you can just have some fun rounding off, not enough hands, like rounding off the corners instead of sanding, just pass it nice and quickly, round it off. You can actually like groove it or like just punch a hole and make a square hole or whatever, little V groove, sculpting. And if you ever want to sand something that's perfectly straight or perpendicular, sorry, not straight, the proper words, other way, boop, 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 boop. Oops, parts fall off. Okay. If you do it by hand, you're slightly always off an angle, but with this, at least you got a flat area, and you can sand it, and it's perfectly perpendicular. Works with EVA foam or plastic or whatever, and you have a little adjustable rail for the smaller bits, so you can control your depth that you want and rub off. Anyways, that's one little tool that adapts for Dremels. Very, very useful. It's like a miniature router. So you just route around. The other little thing that is very useful is a press drill rig. This one's for an actual Dremel. Mine is a Ryobi, so it does not fit exactly in. So I have to jury rig it a little bit to fit. And same thing with router bits or drill bits or whatever, grinding bits. The top is adjustable, and the bottom table, if you untighten over here, instead of like big press drills, it's the top that goes up and down. You just adjust it, and this one, it's the bottom that rises up and down. And you can set a limit on how high or how low you want it to go. You can lock it to a certain height. And if you want, you can get it all the way down just off the edge. Raise it up 1/2 millimeter, and you can work your pieces of wood like with a router bit, or just sanding or grinding, or if you want to do a little bit of to reduce the surface, or grooving, or make little circles. Let's see, watch this. Not with this bit. It has to change. Anyways, not important. Well, you understand a bit. You can have fun with this for hours and hours trying to make little things. Like that. Again, another nice little tool that's not too expensive, about $25. But you can do lots of things with the Dremel. Dremel is one of the most versatile tools there is around. And there's our cheaper ones and stuff, but if you want to go like into cosplay and do a lot of work, a good quality Dremel, Ryobi, or if you want a little bit more industrial, it's called, the company is called Fordham. It's the same machines they basically use in dentistry drills. It's a big motor that you can hang off a wall or a racket, and it's a long flexible shaft, and you just put your tools in the front at the end, and a lot more powerful, and that one like grips, and you can have the lot bigger tools also you can go for it. What tools do I have in here that are fun to work with? Cutting discs. Miniature rasps. It's like takes a lot of material at a time. I have a couple of those. Drills, just different sizes of drills. This is like 1/8 of an inch. And there are little kits. Where is it? My little kit. No. Not the right bottle. This is the bottle. And I can show you where it is. Here. They are miniature ball rasps to go and sculpt very small details. This one is like 1 millimeter ball rasp. This one's like a 3-4 millimeters. I've got about 2 more in here somewhere. And yeah, here's my other one, 2 millimeter. And one thing that on all Dremels have, most people don't know, the tip, when you unscrew it, you take off your tool. Standard size is 1/8 of an inch, which is a 3.5-4 millimeters. But there are some tools that the shaft itself is smaller for jewelry, and there's a lot of jewelry tools that are very useful for cosplay or prop making. But the shaft itself is smaller. So there exists, if you open up the head of the Dremel, inside is the standard 1/8 of an inch collet, which fits everything else. But there are collets that exist, little kits, that have different sizes, which are available from 1/2 millimeter up till almost the size of the throat of the Dremel. And these are like $3 or $4 for a set of 8 to 10. And let's see, get the couple, get my different sizes, very small, very petite. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 of these, different sizes. And you know, like in drill bits and sets, there are very small drills and tools that do not fit in the standard size collet. But with these, you can make it fit. Very, very, very fun. Okay, now where is my standard? Call it? Is this it? Yes, it is. No, it's not. This is the big, big, big one. This is my standard collet. Okay, this my tip. And some Dremels kits, they come with the flexible shaft accessory. You can hang it on a little hanger off the table or stuff, and just like work with the flexible shaft is nice, but it gets a little bit of used to it, and you don't have that much of a grip. I like to actually hold the Dremel, a big pen, and just work it in slowly. Okie dokie, let's put these back in so I don't lose any of them. Because when you lose them, and you're looking for them, you get angry or pissed off. Boop, 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 boop. The bucket, the cover. See, this one is a 3mm ball rasp. I'll do a stream just with tools and different tools for Dremels and what you can do it with them. Another video I want to do is working with LEDs. A lot of cosplayers want to put LEDs on their costumes, and they're doing nice work, but they are complicated things. They're complicating what they're doing and asking for trouble the way they're making stuff. There are simple ways to work with LEDs that makes it so easy and so much fun. Let's get this piece back where it goes. My arm is starting to feel alive again, so I can start working. A little bit more. Boop. There we go, that fits here. I've had this tool for like 10, 15 years. Take care of your tools and they'll take care of you. Yeah, I feel like Mike Holmes. Bon, all right, where was I? Back to the noise making. Je suis rendu à combien de temps de fête, moi, là? Okay, quand on, we'll stop the stream at 2 hours. Don't make it too long. À moins 50, 55, là, tu me le diras. T'ennuies pas trop, l'autre bord?
Non, j'écoute un vidéo de PL puis je jase avec Charlotte.
Ah, okay. Bah, alrighty then. Where do I go on from here? I have to thin which part's out? Okay, my little fan is making a bit of the wind. Okay, handle part. I have to thin these guys out in the back by about 1/3. So pen. There's a lot of glue. I can't see my lines. Okay, I want to reduce to 1/3 off. La, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Just this much. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, this much.
Fantôme de Gryffondor. Excusez, je me parle seule.
My girlfriend is watching YouTube videos of her favorite YouTubers, and she's actually like answering their questions while she's watching it. So cute. Okie dokie, so that's where I want to go. That's where I want to go. So, oh boy, I got a lot of dremeling to do on this sucker. Maybe I should do this on the belt grinder at the shop and continue. Will the belt grinder fit? Very tight. Not the proper tool. Let's do it. 3 minutes.
3 minutes à 32 heures.
Ouais. À 57. Dis-moi. Bah. La 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 la. All right, so we thinned out the sides. Still got the back to thin out. And these starting to shape up. Really get nice curves over here. Got the other 3 sides to go. So another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another 8 to 10 hours of sanding and dribbling on this thing. So this thing has to be ready for a Takathon, which is August. So the beginning of August. So right now we're the middle of May. Avril, May, on est May. No, wait. Avril or May? I have no idea what. Okay, we're halfway through April, May, June, July, May, June, July. So I got 3 months to finish this off, and the paint job is going to be nice on this thing. The paint job is at least a week and a half. So I got, I'll say 1 month for paint. I already started painting some parts, sanding, priming, whatever parts I can get. This is the last big part, the shaping I have left to do on all 3 swords. And continue, continue, continue. Never give up, never surrender. Damn all torpedoes. Anyways, thank you very much. I'll be uploading this to YouTube also, so on my YouTube, so people can rewatch it and rewatch and watch it and get bored. So that's it for today, for tonight, for this evening, for this morning, wherever you are, wherever you're watching. Have fun and bye-bye. À la prochaine.